What is happening, Crusaders? Super excited to come in here for today's live with you. So as you guys are coming in, say hey, let me know where it is you're coming in from. I'm excited to talk to you guys all about what I like to consider myself as the expert in when it comes to anxiety and overwhelm and self-doubt and all of those things that kind of creep into our heads when it comes to working our business. So as you guys are coming in, say, hey, Crusaders, hashtag Crusaders in the comments. Let me know that you guys are warriors, you're Crusaders, you're here because you have big goals. You have big dreams, and you know that you are meant for something more. If you know that you are meant for something more, you're meant for higher rank advancements, higher titles, doing incredible things, helping so many women or men overcome some of the financial barriers that hold them back, or being home with their kids, I want you to drop a 1 in the comments because I want to know who is ready to really up level their life and their business to change and help more people. Because I know for you, and I know for me, at least I should say, I know for me that I am here because I have big goals, not to just help myself, but I have huge goals to help other people. Hey, Jessica, how are you, Crusader? What's going on? Facebook users, I can't see everybody's name because you haven't accepted StreamYards, but if you have like this overwhelming desire and this overwhelming knowing that you are made for more, right? You are made to do incredible things, whether it be hit the top rank of your company, whether it be to have the financial freedom to be home with your children, but not only that, help others do the same, then you understand that fear and self-doubt and anxiety can creep in just when you don't want it to, right? Like, let's be honest. When we are ready to up level and when we think that we are made for incredible things, you're like, yes, I'm going to go out. I'm going to do it. I'm going to change the world. That is when your little subconscious mind kicks in and starts to say to you, you're not good enough. Who are you? It's just Julie. What can you do? You can't affect change, right? Like, you're really not that smart. You're really not that X, right? If those voices have ever crept into your head, I want you to put a 2 in the comments, right? That those voices have stopped you, had hindered you from working your business. Because what I want to say is what happens is we like to play safe because we don't like to fail. We don't like to feel that we can not succeed at something. And so our subconscious mind and our thoughts are going to kick in and they're going to try to shoot us down. Okay. I want to know, be honest, how many times have your subconscious mind come in and shot you down from working your business? Raise your hand and put a me in the comments, right? Like, how many times has fear and self-doubt ever affected you? If it's ever affected you, put a me in the comments, right? Because this is what's going to happen. We're going to learn today how to regulate our nervous system, how to help us overcome some of that self-doubt, some of that anxiety, some of that fear that happens when it comes to working our business and when it comes to up-leveling ourselves, right? So often we get ready, and this is, I'm speaking from experience, guys, right? I'm speaking from me, like knowing that I'm just like you. The difference is I've got the educational background as the therapist and the years and years and years of training to help me overcome it, right? So it's not that any entrepreneur or any successful entrepreneur doesn't have the self-doubt, the anxiety, the fears. It's that we have the tools and the systems in place to help us regulate ourselves, right? Okay, so I'm seeing me in the comments. All right, so first of all, what I want you guys to realize is that self-care is going to be the most important thing. I see so many of you guys on here that have big goals and big dreams. Self-care is going to help you get there as quickly as possible. Because I always like to say you've got to put the oxygen mask on yourself before you put it on your children when you go on an airplane, right? The same thing happens in your business. You have got to put the oxygen mask on yourself before you can go and help anybody else. Anybody on your team, anybody else that's wanting or needing your attention in this entrepreneurial space, right? So what does self-care look like? Self-care looks like meditation. It looks like personal development. It looks like writing positive affirmations. It looks like doing gratitude. All of those things are like the foundation to a healthy house, right? It is the structure underneath. It's your basement. It's the foundation of your house. Those things need to be done literally every single day. Why do they need to be done every single day? They need to be done every single day because your thoughts cause your feelings. And you guys have heard me talk about this for so many lives, trainings here for you. Because at my core, I am a therapist, right? And cognitive behavioral therapy talks about your thoughts causing your feelings. So when you are having positive thoughts, AKA gratitude, AKA positive affirmations, AKA sitting in silence and meditating and being present in the present moment, all of those things are going to make us feel better, right? They're going to make us feel better. So we have to make sure that we are taking care of ourselves. Okay, that's number one. That is self-care. That is like a non-negotiable. Like meditating for me and writing my positive gratitude every single day literally is a non-negotiable. My kids know not to bother me. My husband knows not to bother me, right? Like life can get in the way, but these things have to happen every single day. It is a non-negotiable. Personal development, like literally right before I came on here, guys, I started listening to Ed Milet's, his podcast, and it fired me up. It got me motivated. It got me excited to show up here for you guys, right? That's the power of plugging in and listening or reading. I personally love to listen to personal development, whether it be a podcast, whether it be a great audiobook, it doesn't matter. That is the power of what personal development can do. Like before I listened to Ed Milet's thing today, I was like, oh, okay, I'm excited. Hey, from South Africa, how are you? Thedo, nice to see you here. I was like, oh, I'm excited to do this live. I do it every single Monday, right? But now it's like, oh my God, I'm like fired up to give it to you guys, right? That's the power of what personal development can do for you, okay? And listening to development. They say it's personal development with a paycheck. The more you pour into yourself, the more you are going to grow your paycheck. It just works because it's going to help you create that unwavering confidence, that unwavering ability to know that you're meant for more, and that unwavering gift that you know that you have for the world. All right. So that's number one. All right. That is like muy importante. That is like the most important thing. And I don't even speak Spanish, guys. The most important thing that you can do in order to be successful. Theto, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, says, love listening to personal development on way to school in the car. Exactly, right? Like I do it in the shower. I did it today. Like I got my Peloton and I just, instead of like doing a Peloton class, I just put on my personal development and I'm reading The Big Leap. Amazing book, right? Any of those things can help pour into you. And when you're feeling like you're in a rut, when you're feeling like you're stuck, that is so important, okay? Now, what I want to do after I get into the everyday personal development, I want to talk about some strategies that we can use to regulate our nervous system, right? To help calm us down when we are feeling anxious, okay? Because what's going to happen is self-doubt can come in, and I've got some tools and I've got some strategies that are going to help you. But here's what you have to realize, okay? And this is really, really, really important. Crusaders, I want you to realize that you have got to practice these things now, today, and every single day when you are not feeling anxious, when you are not feeling overwhelmed. Okay? You practice them when you are in a calm state. Why do you practice these things when you're in a calm state? You practice these things when you're in a calm state because you want to be able to pull it out of your toolbox when you're feeling anxious and when you're feeling overwhelmed. If you are feeling anxious and overwhelmed and you're like, oh my God, okay, what am I supposed to do right now? Oh my God, I don't remember. Oh my God, I'm freaking out, right? However, if it becomes part of your daily, part of your norm, and it's a tool that you are pulling out all the time, when you are feeling anxious, you can quickly use that tool. You can quickly use that fear anxiety tool that's going to help you. Okay. But you've got to practice it when you are in a calm state. Drop a 3 in the comments if that makes sense to you. Okay. You cannot expect yourself to pull out these tools that I'm going to give you here in a second when you are feeling anxious and panicked. It's not going to work. Like 100%, I will tell you, it will not work. You have got to work on these strategies when you are calm and when you are not having anxiety. Tati, so true. You'll remember your PD when you were in a wreck. Okay, so 3. So this is making sense to you guys. Okay, so the first thing before I get started, I forgot this. This is so Tato. Oh my God, Tati, Tato. Okay, am I saying it right? Tato. Oh my gosh. Anyways, this is what I want you guys to know. If you are inside of the confidence group, and then I forgot this. Inside of the confidence group, I've changed the rules. I want you guys to ask questions. I want it to be a place where we celebrate network marketing and not a place where we shun network marketers like so many of the other Facebook groups out there, where it says no network marketers, please, or, ew, those spammy people. I don't want that. I want it to be a safe place for all of us. So if you're looking for a business opportunity, ask away inside the confidence group. If you're looking for a product or something and you want to support another company, or you need a new lipstick, or you need some oils, or you need some health and wellness products, ask it inside of the confidence group. Okay? This is a safe place for network marketers to connect, to get to know each other, to ask questions. Okay? So I want to make it very clear that as long as it's not spammy, as long as it's inclusive and it's done with class, right? Class is the main thing over here. Your feedback, your engagement, your questions, your help, what's working, what's not working, all of that is very much appreciated inside of the confidence group. And if you're watching me over on YouTube and you don't have the confidence group, just put group and we will put the link to the group below. But this is a place where I do my training on what's working, mindset stuff. It's also where I'm going to talk about YouTube, but it's also a place for other network marketers to connect and to help each other. Okay. And that is key. In a world where sometimes we are hated, we need to be a force to be reckoned with and a support to each other. Upline, downline, sideline, different company, it doesn't matter. Okay. So I wanted to add that. Okay. So now that our nervous system is, we're talking about anxiety, I'm totally doing a 180 switch over here. And you guys, let's talk about what we can do to regulate our nervous system when we have anxiety, when we have fear, when we have self-doubt that creeps in our way. Okay. So the first thing, this one is kind of my favorite one. All right. I call it the butterfly hug. I'm going to give you 3 strategies today. I've got like a whole slew of them, but I'm going to give you 3 strategies today that are going to help you when you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, fear comes in. Okay. But I want you guys to practice them. Like I said, I want you to practice it before you have this on the daily. Let it be part of your self and personal development, right? Like let it be part of your self-care that you do that we talked about in the beginning of this training. Okay, so this one is called the butterfly hug, all right? So what it is it's bilateral tapping. And bilateral tapping is, it comes from EMDR, and it is a place where it's a therapeutic place where you're taking your fear, right? Your trauma, and you're moving it to from your hippocampus to your amygdala to your hippocampus. I'm not going to go into all of the details of what EMDR is over here. I'm just going to show you a technique, two techniques from it. Okay, so it's called the butterfly hug. So when you're feeling anxious, you're going to cross your arms like this over your chest so that you're on your collarbone. Okay, and you're going to practice your deep breathing where you're holding in, breathing out, holding in, breathing out. Okay, at the same time, you can close your eyes and you're going to bilateral tap. So what does that mean? Gently left, right, left, right. Okay, so it looks something like this. Okay, that is called the butterfly hug. So when you're feeling anxious, I want you to do several rounds of butterfly hugs and your deep breathing. Now, here's the other caveat that I want to put out there for all of you guys. All right. Now, butterfly hugs might not work for you. All right, Tato, it might work for me really well, or it might work really well for Jessica, but it might not work really well for you. And that's okay. Not every strategy works for every person. That's why we have multiple strategies and we practice the ones that do work for us. And that's why I'm giving you 3 today, because hopefully one of those 3s will feel really, really good and help calm you down. Okay. So I don't want you to say, oh, well, it doesn't work, Julie. It's just not working and this sucks. And I'm always going to be anxious and I'm always going to have fear. Okay. No, it's about finding the right strategy that works for you right now. Okay. So that is the butterfly hug. That is number 1. Number 2 is my alternate breathing technique. Okay. So what are you going to do? You're going to take your thumb, you're going to take your ring finger, and you're going to hold your right nostril, your left nostril, right nostril, doesn't matter, but you're going to alternate breathing. Okay. So it looks like this. So I'm going to take this finger and then I'm going to switch with this finger. I'm going to take this finger and I'm going to switch with this finger. Okay. So it looks like this. So I'm breathing in, I'm holding, I'm breathing out, and I'm switching. I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out, breathing in, switching. I think I explained it wrong. Breathe in, switch, breathe out. Breathe in, switch, breathe out. Breathe in, switch, breathe out. Okay. Sorry, I explained it wrong, but I did it right. Okay. So you want to breathe in, switch, breathe out your nostrils. You want to do several rounds of that. Okay. Breathe in, hold, switch your nostril, breathe out. Okay. That's your alternating breathing. So you've got your butterfly hugs like this. You've got your alternating breathing technique right over here. And then the third is your under eye tapping. Okay. So this is part of EFT, which is emotional freedom technique. And tapping and your meridians and your pressure points is going to help calm you down and help you as well. Okay. So what do? you take these pressure points that are right under here. And guys, if you share this out, if you know anybody that's anxious, that has fear and self-doubt that gets in their way, make sure you tag them in this video. Make sure you share this out. This is like great info that's really, really, really going to help you regulate your nervous system, help you overcome the self-doubt. But this is the tapping, the under eye tapping. Okay, so you're going to take it. This is the pressure point that leads to your stomach, which is where we carry our anxiety and our nervousness at times. Sorry, I've got the hiccups. And you're going to do kind of like that bilateral tapping, but you're going to do it right under here, just gently pressing back and forth under your eyes. So it's going to look like this. Okay, that's the under eye tapping. And you do several rounds of this as well, breathing in slowly, breathing out, shutting your eyes. And that is going to be the 3 techniques that I want you to practice this week in order to help you when you come anxious. So what I want to know in the comments is what strategy works best for you, do you think? Like when you practiced it with me, like which strategy did you really like? Was it the butterfly? Was it the breathing? Was it the tapping? Which one of the 3 felt the best for you? Maybe even just watching me do it, but which one worked for you or felt like really good for you? Because remember, again, not every single technique is going to work for every single person. Jessica says butterfly hugs. Tato says butterflies for sure. Carmen says butterflies, right? So yes. Okay. So the butterfly hug might be the winner today. Who knows, right? Other people might be watching the live or the replay and they might say, okay, it's not the butterfly hug. It's the X, Y, and Z that has helped me. Okay. Maybe it's the under eye tapping. Who knows? Okay. But I want you to know that you can overcome the fear, the anxiety, the self-doubt when you start to take care of yourself and when you start to utilize the strategies and the tips that you know work for you, right? It's not okay to say, oh my God, I'm so anxious, I can't do anything, and then walk away. No, you've got to own it. You've got to say, okay, I'm feeling so anxious. It is okay, right? I've got this. I know how to overcome the fear and anxiety. I know how to regulate my nervous system. This is what I need to do, right? And then you do the butterfly hugs. The eye tapping felt good. You do the bilaterals. You do the breathing back and forth, whatever it is, right? But you know that you've got the tools in your toolbox as opposed to just sitting there paralyzed. All right? That's the key. Thank your body for letting you know that this makes you nervous and say, thank you. I appreciate you for letting me know that I'm feeling nervous right now. But don't worry, subconscious. I've got this. I know how to overcome because I've got big goals. And so those thoughts that I'm having right now, there is no place for them right now. I've got the strategies that I need. I've got the strategies that I need in order to overcome all of the ish that is happening in my head, right? And so it's about talking back to yourself, acknowledging how you feel, knowing where you're feeling it in your body, because sometimes it doesn't show up in our heads, but it shows up in our body somatically. And saying, okay, I feel this in my stomach. I'm starting to feel nervous. Okay, thank you, body. I appreciate you for letting me know. I've got this. And then you're going to practice those strategies. Tato says, how long have I been in the network marketing industry? A long time, 9 years. 9 years. And thank you. I'm so glad. I hope that it helps you guys. All right. So this is my training for you today, guys. I want you to go and practice your butterfly hugs, your alternating breathing, your tapping, whichever of those 3. Practice all 3 of them and see which one feels really good for you, and then keep practicing it over and over and over again so that you can overcome that self-doubt that happens when it's time to start working your business. All right. I love you. I believe in you. I know that you can do amazing things in your business, and I am excited to be here to help you every step of the way, Crusaders. Have a great day. Bye.